Hey guys, welcome back to my coaster review channel. Today we're going to be discussing a new method for getting credits that I've seen on a lot of enthusiast forums, the hire a child service. A lot of kiddie coasters have a height limit, which can only be bypassed by having a child with you. Unfortunately, most coaster enthusiasts are kissless virgins who don't own a child. So the solution I see online is to rent a child for the day while you go to the theme park and then use them to get some kiddie credits. However, this strategy is generally considered illegal. I've come up with a totally legal and better solution which can bag you a ton of credits without dealing with the hassle of renting a child. First, you have to make a trip to Thailand. I know what you're thinking. Thailand only has 13 coasters. Why would I ever want to go there? In Thailand, you can buy your own wife for a few thousand. Not a bad price. You should be aware, however, that this woman will not like you at all. This is going to be important later. The second order of business is to impregnate this woman. This part is very tricky. When I tried this method, it took me a few tries because I kept crying during intercourse. A good trick is to treat sex like Top Thrill Dragster. Try to get it over with as soon as possible before you break down. Now that that step is completed, you should own a child in about 9 months. The next step is complicated. Your wife will probably want help when the baby is born. Try to do as little as possible. Remember, you need to keep this kid for about 6 or 7 more years, so make sure it doesn't eat batteries or anything. What he should eat though is a large amount of growth hormones. We want this kid to meet the height requirements ASAP, so he needs to be really tall. When the kid is finally tall enough to ride the kiddie coasters, which should be 5 to 8 years depending on how much growth hormones you gave them, bring them to as many parks as possible. Hopefully your kid likes going, or else you gotta trick them into coming, which gets complicated. Now you have the proper equipment to ride the kiddie rides and rack up those credits. I tried this and got a good couple of years out of the kid, but recently I lost him. I'll share the story with you guys so you don't make the same mistake. A few months ago, me and my dumb 7-year-old were going to Great Adventure, which was the only Six Flags park I hadn't been to at the time. We knocked out all the kiddie credits first and then made our way over to King Ka, which is going to be my 200th credit. My fucking idiot son didn't want to go with me though. He said it was too scary. Fucking GP. So I left him on the bench while I rode it. What kind of kid doesn't want to see his father get his 200th credit? When I got off the ride, no rollback by the way, my kid was gone. I wasn't that bummed because I already gotten the kiddie credits, but I went looking for him anyway. I found him with some dude at the Dippin' Dot stand where they were getting ice cream. I assumed that it was an honest mix-up and I talked to him. Apparently he was a pedophile. Nice guy though. I took my kid back home and he started crying to his mom and told her what happened. Now there's a big manhunt for this guy and I had to describe him to the police. This whole situation was overblown. The guy bought my kid ice cream for fuck's sake. They ended up catching the guy. Apparently he was abducting kids, using them to get kiddie credits and then selling them to other enthusiasts. Sick fuck. Anyway, we had to waste so much time in court testifying against this guy. I was actually forcibly removed from the courtroom for watching an El Toro Ryan video on full volume while my son was giving his testimony. But this is where it really went wrong. The last day of court was when they were going to sentence the guy, so I thought, oh, I don't have to be there, they're just going to give the guy 30 to life and be done with it. So I decided to drive up to Cedar Point because I had the day off. Apparently, they let the guy off with 1 year in parole. The jury said that he never actually touched my kid, so he never committed a crime. Apparently, I was at fault for leaving my son on the bench, which is bullshit. The kid is 7 years old, he can handle fighting off a few pedophiles. Anyway, my wife was pretty mad at me for not being at the sentencing and divorced me. She brought my coaster child back to Thailand and moved in with her parents. Not like I miss her or anything, she sucked. On our trip to Silver Dollar City, she made us leave early because her sister died or something. Didn't even get to ride Time Traveler. Besides all that stuff, the method works pretty well. I got like 40 kiddie credits off this kid. It's a big commitment, but I think it's worth it. Tune in next week where I list the top 10 single rider lines to find ladies in.